Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Ogden Nature Center. My name is Brent. I'm an environmental educator here. I'm so glad that you could join me today. The Ogden Nature Center is a pretty big place. We've got a 152-acre wildlife preserve that anyone can come and visit. We've got trails you can walk, ponds you can see. We have some birds of prey and enclosures behind me as well. So if you have a chance, come on out and visit us. But wherever you are, today I want to teach you how to be a scientist. Ooh. Okay, what does it mean to be a scientist? Take a minute and think about that. Is it somebody with big goofy glasses like this? Is it somebody with a magnifying glass, looking closely at things? Is it somebody wearing a white lab coat or making explosions in a lab? They can study all kinds of things, right? They can study rocks and volcanoes, or robots and cars, or my personal favorite, poop. I love studying poop. This is pretend. I'm not that weird. Whatever you want to study, it's most important that you are curious. You've probably heard that word before, right? To be curious is to ask some questions and that you are just dying to know the answer to. That's the most important part of being a scientist, okay? And let me make it clear to you, anybody can be a scientist. It doesn't matter if you're this tall or how old you are, if you're a boy or girl, or whatever you believe in. You can be a scientist too. So today, I'd like to teach you 3 brain tools that you can use for the rest of your life when you're conducting your scientific studies. Okay, and I'll write these down for you. Brain tool number 1, I notice. So when you notice something, you use your senses. We have 5 of them, don't we? Try and remember those 5 senses really quickly. Right, sight, smell, taste, hearing, touch. We use these senses to help us study. So let's have a closer look at some things that I brought with me today. I'm sure everybody at home is yelling out what these are, right? This is a turtle shell and a deer antler. Okay, so what do you notice? What colors do you see? What shapes are these? Are they big? Are they small? Are some of them pointed? Now, I'm even kind of lucky because I get to touch this, and I can tell you, these are really hard. And the textures, well, it's really bumpy on the antler down here, but smooth up here. All kinds of things we can notice. Okay. Brain tool number 2. I'm gonna write that down as well. I wonder. Remember when I said you have to be a curious scientist? That's where this comes into play. You get to ask those burning questions that you got to know the answer to. So when looking at the turtle shell and the deer antler, I'm going to give you an example. I wonder why this turtle shell is black. What do you guys think? Do you have a guess? Scientists take guesses to help answer those questions. And if they're not sure, it's okay. They do some research. They go on the internet. They talk to their friends and family. And they come together with their ideas to try and solve the puzzle as to why. Okay? Another example here. Just generally, I wonder why deer have antlers. Do you have a guess at home? Take a guess and maybe do some research. Brain tool number 3, our last one. It's a little silly, but it's still really important and really helpful. It reminds me of. I don't have the best handwriting, guys. A lot of scientists don't. This is where you get to look around your home, look around your local park, or even watch your favorite cartoon show and think about the things that you're studying. So, I go outside a lot. Part of my job, and this reminds me of a rock that I might see outside on one of my walks. This reminds me of a forked snake tongue. What do you guys think? What do these things remind you of? And we'll all have different ideas, and that's okay. Today, scientists, we're going to be focusing on something called zoology. Zoologists study animals and their adaptations. Did you hear that word I said? Whew, That's a big word, right? I'm going to write it down, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. Adaptations. It's got 4 syllables. Pretty big word. Chances are you say it, you're ready for college. Okay. Adaptations are things that animals have, like special body parts or things that animals do to help them live in their homes and in their habitats. So when thinking about that turtle shell that we noticed, is that an adaptation? Do turtles need those to survive? Yeah, in fact they do. I love telling the kids about camouflage. Camouflage is an adaptation. So this black shell that the turtle shell has, well, helps them to hide deep in the mud, maybe in a pond or a lake that they're living in. In the case of the deer antler, well, this is kind of interesting. The bucks, the male deer, they are the ones that have the antlers, and they actually use these to find mates, to get girlfriends. And those are adaptations too. So I want you to think about now maybe your favorite animal or an animal that seems kind of interesting to you. Maybe it's in Africa or Antarctica or here in North America. What adaptations they have? What body parts do they have? Do they have long necks? Do they have spots all over their bodies? Do they have claws? These are all adaptations that help animals to live. So guys, I'd like you to continue studying about adaptations as a scientist, but wherever you are, take a look around you, be curious, ask a lot of questions, and you guys will learn so much about the world. All right guys, thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.